Hi, I'm Dr. Les Schultzel here at Physicians Body Sculpting Plus at 1250 Tamiami Trail North in Naples. And I'm going to invite you to join us on the cool sculpting of Tiffany Wasberg. Tiffany's allowed us to record this, and all of her friends hopefully will enjoy it, watching it, and come see us also. I'm going to explain to you about cool sculpting. It's been known for many, many years in the medical literature that fat does not tolerate freezing. In fact, pediatric doctors noted years ago that little kids who sucked on ice pops lost the fat in their cheeks. Fortunately for the little kids, when they took the pops away from them, that fat came back. But in general, literature has shown that fat does not survive freezing. Two smart doctors, one in Harvard, one in MIT, took all this literature about fat freezing before skin, before muscle, and said, wow, we can come up with a machine that can selectively get rid of fat deposits in people and make them look better, therefore sculpting them. So they took this knowledge and they put it together and came out with a machine. That's the machine right there. It's been on the market for 8 years now. It took about 7.5 to develop under the eyes of the Food and Drug Administration. The technology is such that the fat cells get frozen, and Sue and Karen will show you how that's done. We're only born with so many fat cells. They don't reproduce. So if you can get rid of those fat cells and destroy them, then they're gone. Fat is frozen today at minus 11 degrees Celsius. What happens is those fat cells freeze solid. Fat cells are storage containers for fat. They have a cell wall and a cell membrane. They freeze. Freezing them kills them. At the end of the procedure, which takes about 35 minutes, the machine is removed and the fat cells look like a stick of butter. And Karen or Sue will then manipulate them and crunch them and break those shells. The fat will ooze out underneath the skin, and over the course of the next couple of weeks, the lymphatic system will drain the fat out of the body without raising blood sugar or cholesterol or any other metabolic changes. Over the course of the next 90 days, our own macrophages, which are the great big cleaner up cells, will migrate into the area and they will actually destroy and take away the remnants of the cells, the nucleus, the mitochondria, the cell walls, etc. The procedure works well, it's tolerated very, very well, it's universally successful. Varying degrees of success, but always successful. Sue's going to explain to you the technique now, and it's rather simple. Watch, everything she does is cold and wet. Sue?
A few things we've done before she came in was a full consultation. We actually evaluated the fat. When you go in for a consultation, we actually have to squeeze it, because if we can squeeze it, we can fit it in the applicator and we can freeze it. Then we've also templated her. We mark everything we do before we get you in the room. We want to make sure we're putting it exactly where those fat deposits are at. We don't want to leave little areas of fat behind. We don't want to make indentations. We want to make sure we cover exactly where the fat was at. So we've drawn on her. She's got little drawings, little X's. It looks like John Madden got a hold of her. First step before we actually do the freezing is a propylene glycol wipe. We have to wipe this on for 1 minute, give it a little bit of time to soak into the skin. Cold, 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 cold. It's weird having someone rub your belly with a wipe. It's not fun, but it's necessary. So we'll make sure we do the procedure properly. It's not too terrible though, right? Tiffany's a trooper. She was with us last night also, did a few other areas, so she knows how it feels. And she came back, so it's not that bad.
They had planned on doing this last night at a continuation of her treatment. If you're familiar with Naples, in August, there was such colossal downpours with lightning and thunder, we were afraid we'd lose the machine and the air conditioning. So we rescheduled, and here we are this morning finishing it up. Usually, procedures can be done one after the other, up to many a day, to get someone's transformation done all in one sitting or two.
Alright, the next layer of protection is a gooey, sticky gel pad. It's like a stretchy t-shirt material that has a gooey gel on it. And it is sticky, and it is cold. So be ready. Okay? That's kind of, looks like a jellyfish. Doesn't sting though.
Good.
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Just covering that area, making sure I'm outside my circle, so we're able to see step is going to be to put the applicator on. This is the average applicator right here. She'll get pulled into this tissue, and then this in here is what gets cold. There's sensors on the inside, so if the skin releases, it'll shut off. If it gets too cold, the machine will shut off. If it's not getting warm enough, it'll shut off. There's a lot of safety features built into this system, so it's really nice. Not gonna hurt anybody. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so we're gonna get her pulled into this. I'm gonna line up with my lines. And 1, 2, 3. Good?
It's on there.
Okay. And it didn't hurt. It's just kind of like a deep pulling, pinching feeling is what it is. There's a strap that we're going to wrap around to help hold it.
Too tight.
Can you breathe? Breathing's necessary.
Breathing's good. Flex the muscles.
And then we take a pillow and we cushion her in.
I never knew what a boppy pillow was myself until we started doing the procedure.
Okay, and make sure she's comfortable. You doing good? All right. That means go up.
Bye-bye
This
fat.
is okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Perfect. Okay, she's good. She's comfortable. I'm going to start the freezing. So now it's going to get really cold. This is where it's going to go down to minus 11 degrees. For about the first 5 minutes, it gets to that burny, cold feeling. But after about 5 minutes, it starts to go numb. You still feel vacuumed in. It just doesn't sting as much, right? Okay.
Yep. Just almost like a tattoo.
Okay.
You just don't feel it.
You just don't feel it after a while? Yeah. So when this stays on, this applicator stays on for 35 minutes. We have several different applicators. We can do larger areas, we can do smaller areas, we can do teeny tiny little chin and knee areas. Now when you call to ask for pricing, it's very difficult for us to give pricing because each one of these applicators has a different cost associated with it. The more applicators we use, the larger your discount can be. So please don't be frustrated with me when you call and ask how much does it cost and I say I can't give you a cost. It's very difficult and we really can't give a price over the phone. It's like taking your banged up car or calling the body shop and saying, hey, can you fix my car, how much it'll cost? They can't tell you without seeing what the car looked like. So we can't give you a price over the phone either without knowing how much area you have for us to treat. So please don't be frustrated with me. I really need to get you in here and squeeze that fat and see what you have for us to work with. So, and now we hang out.
We're going to take a break, then come back at the end of her treatment, and you'll get to see the stick of butter and the manipulation. Thank you.